This is Outnumbered. I'm Andrea Tantaros. Here with us today, Jedediah Bila, host of The Independent's on our sister network, Fox Business's Kennedy, and she covers the Supreme Court for us and anchors America's News headquarters, Shannon Bream. And today,
do this show.
You do.
What a lucky guy I am.
Yeah.
Hashtag what?
We love having you.
Yeah, well, you know, I'm
right.
part of the Fox family. I've been a contributor for 13 years, so I feel very foxitated here.
Baker, you are very foxified. So a lot of people don't know this. You have your own little language.
Well, sometimes, but you know, if I'm going to run for mayor, which is some talk, I got to curtail.
The newsitation or whatever you, foxitation or whatever you called it. And Bo, a lot of stories coming out of New York City today, so we're happy to have you here.
Thank you.
But first, as the 114th Congress opens for business, we've got some drama. House Speaker John Boehner. All right, so can the two sides work together? Bo, big Republican majorities. And what I'm hearing from the media, the question is, can Republicans work with President Obama? Can President Obama now work with the new GOP majority?
What frightens me with this whole thing is I see a veto, am I correct? And I mean, that's something that we all have to deal with.
I just don't see, Jedediah, any compromise. Republicans believe they have a mandate because of the sweeping gains that they made in the fall. And if you look at both the conference and the caucus on both sides, the Republican side is more conservative than ever. It's a lot of newly elected conservative members. On the Democratic side, a lot of those moderates lost, so they're more liberal. I don't see any room for them to
Forget it when it comes to these bigger issues that he's already said I'm not budging on.
When I ran for the United States, got to come together. We've got to get things done in this country. That's
to get things done, because they'll be able to pass things through the House and the Senate, but he'll stop them with his executive pen. Do you think legal action is the best way for Republicans to make some real points on the border?
Well, they at the courts as a possible way to try to shut him down.
Kennedy, how do you think Republicans should handle this? Because they can anticipate that all of the things that they do, border security bills, Obamacare, all of these things that they believe that the people want that are popular. Let's take it around the couch. There's also the election for Speaker of the House today, very contentious, but it looks like Jedediah, Speaker Boehner will hold on to his speakership. Should he?
You know, I think he
that Boehner's being put on notice again. I hope he doesn't punish the people who've put their names forward, people like Thomas Massey from Kentucky, because they have legitimate complaints that Boehner
Him last time.
yeah, but if they're
who
going
are
to
still opposing him, by the way. Justin Amash voted for Raw Labrador in the November
They
vote.
should get on.
We need an interpreter for you, Bo.
In other words, vote and see if he's going to stay or not vote. Don't let it draw on.
All right, and Shannon, what you were mentioning was a lot of people who didn't support Speaker Boehner lost their chairmanships and other things.
They didn't get great committee assignments.
Yeah. All right. Tensions continue to rise between New York City's mayor and the police department.
worried about this, and look what's happening with the summonses and whatnot. What can Bill de Blasio do at this point? And
this is with guys with knives. These are taking action. And you know what? Let our cops do their job. Let Bill Bratton run the police department. Big Bird, go back to Gracie Mansion and
Police force is exercising their First Amendment right. But Bill de Blasio, and I think you're being too kind by comparing him to Big Bird, because I like Big Bird. Bill de Blasio is getting a taste of his own First Amendment medicine. And Bo, I have a question for you. Isn't this what de Blasio wanted, though? He didn't want proactive police. All right, Shannon, I want to go to you because you're an attorney, and I looked at the bail laws in New York. I mean, Megan does have a point to some degree. They are different and a bit complex. Bail isn't a pretrial conviction. There is a presumption of innocence. But this guy skipped his court appearance. I mean, they said he wasn't a flight risk, but he had a warrant out for his arrest. I mean, the judge shouldn't have done this.
Yeah, it's interesting.
No. We have an environment where we had 2 feeds to Big Bird again. He reappoints it. It goes too much on one side. What happens? You got to equal it out. This was not what she did because of the environment that Big Bird put.
I think that's Megan's point is, you know, yes, you want to...
Roots of the community. Certainly, if you have a warrant on you, that takes it out. So I think Megan's wrong on that. If he had an active warrant on him, there should have been no bail set on that one.
Enforcement specifically said to this judge, $250,000, please do not do this.
And he's a very
liberal
DA. And he's a very liberal DA, this DA in Brooklyn. He's not a big cop's friend.
Yeah. Do you think, Bo, though, do you think we would be looking at...
He was clearly anti-cop, and so is this judge. And if it were me, I never would have reappointed her. All right, winter is finally making its mark, as you can up next.
We've seen you naked. We've
Are
seen
they
you naked.
offensive? Too little. Is that something that's happening in our culture as well, you think?
I think there's so much victim mentality about this that if something makes me feel bad about myself in any way, it has to be shut down. And that's just not reality. Skinny young people. In fact, we have a problem with, childhood obesity. I'm just saying there's got to be a balance somewhere. But the government shouldn't dictate.
I'm a full-figured guy, you know. You got so much of that photo retouching in. What do they call that stuff? Photoshop.
The big issue of photoshopping is none of us do.
People should know that they Photoshop. I mean, anyone who can't figure out that pictures are heavily retouched needs to have their head examined. But
did you read an Instagram account?
Yeah, did you read this complaint? It was one person in the UK, who complained about this, the tyranny of the minority. I mean, and I think, Shannon, you said it best.
Stomach here? In the camera?
Doing it right now.
That's
You
coming.
said it, Shannon, during the commercial break. You said, I mean, really, when people want to buy underwear, they don't want to look at people who are morbidly obese modeling underwear. I mean, who cares? No wonder the UK's in the dumps.
Yeah.
They're monitoring the inches between women's thighs.
Actually, I just bought boy shorts in the Lena Dunham collection, and they're quite handsome.
Some guys wear those huggers, those real hugger bathing suits.
I'm getting scared now.
Oh, banana hammocks.
Banana hammocks. And you know what? Something honestly.
Have you been to the beach recently?
In Europe.
So wait, we won't catch Bo Dietl in a thong in the Hamptons?
In a hammock.
Oh, wow. What a
Banana hammock.
This is a Fox News alert.
You've got his back 100%.
I hope it's
not going to give you a place of
I
responsibility.
hope it's like getting your tooth pulled. I hope it gets pulled fast.
All right. Well, listen, back in 1856, they went to 133 ballots before they picked someone. Don't think that's going to happen today, but we'll keep an eye on it. We're back on TV tomorrow at noon Eastern. More on the Vote for Speaker as Happening Now starts right now.